Bulldogs. This is Kevin Akers along with Mel Akers. We'll be calling all the action for you tonight. Both Wartburg and Oneida come into tonight's game, 2-2 in the regions. So this is a very important game with playoffs in mind. A loss tonight, and you could be sitting home in postseason.
That's right. You know, right now, Captains are on the field, and as I think everybody can see, it's pretty much rained all day long, and this field is in terrible shape. It's real muddy out there. There's water standing on the field. And these two teams tonight, it's really going to be a story probably of ball control, because you know how it is, Kevin, when you get wet playing conditions like this, it really hurts your passing game, hurts your running game, trying to make quick cuts. So it's going to be interesting to see who adapts to the weather and who doesn't.
Well, the Bulldogs have won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Oneida will be receiving to start the ball game. Of course, this weather condition, Oneida is at a disadvantage a little bit tonight against Wartburg. They have a little bit better speed, so this will more or less play into the advantage of the Indians.
Not only that, but, you know, we were watching them when they came out onto the field earlier. I know you made the comment that Oneida came out and just kind of jogged out onto the field. Wartburg came running out. Seemed like they were really emotionally high, ready to play ball. And the Indians just kind of like loped out on the field. I don't know if they're ready or not.
Well, we'll find out here in a minute as we're set for the opening kickoff. Once again, it is raining, and we may have some audio and video problems. We've been having audio problems all night, and we get some popping and cracking going on, so hopefully we'll try to adjust that as we go on.
You guys go next week.
Well, the kickoff for Wartburg is number 76, and that is Brenton Griffith, who also plays guard. Back to receive for Oneida, Derek Lawson, and I believe David Stevens.
And this ball game is underway. Ball is going to hit, roll, be taken. Almost stepped out of bounds was Stevens. Works his way back up and is going to be taken down at about the 14-yard line.
I believe he got across the 15. We'll see where the referee marks it. He is going to mark it just across the 15-yard line.
By number 35,
that end of the field down there is not too bad, but now when they get into the center of the field, past about the 30-yard line, is where it really gets muddy. That's going both ways. The ends of the field are in pretty good shape.
So the Indians come out with two splits each side, handoff straight over the middle.
And I believe that's Nathan Huff, number 23, it is.
Huff had a great game last week against Rockwood. Picks up about 4 yards and make it second down and 6.
We'll see what the Indians do here. They've got Trey Shoemaker split wide to the left.
Jerry Garrett out wide to the other side to give straight up the middle again. Trying to work his way through is Huff, and getting about 3 more yards. It'll make it third down and 3.
I couldn't make out. I was trying to make out who that was, the other wide out there. It was Jerry Garrett. Wendell getting the play now from Coach May.
Rosman comes into the huddle, and Huff will go out on 3rd and 3, getting the bigger player in there, I guess.
Well, which makes you think they may be going to run maybe a quick draw to Rosman, or maybe a quick pass here.
Give it to Rosman over the right end, and he gets...
I don't believe he made it.
Lyle carries number 8.
Well, he's getting a pretty good spot out of it, though. They're saying it is a first down.
First down.
And so now here's where it will get tricky, as he's up to about the 27-yard line. As you can see at home, the field definitely deteriorates in this area.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see who splatters first. The referees have moved the ball over. They're trying to keep it out of that muddy place there, but I don't think there's going to be any way around it. Left grab from behind.
And Huff picks up about maybe 1 yard if he's lucky. Stop made by Griffith.
Number 23, ball carrier, Nathan Huff.
The Indians definitely want to get about 4 or 5 yards off this carry. They don't want to have to look at going to the passing game in this type of weather condition.
No, it's awful hard for those receivers to make good cuts as wet as this field is. Now, Trey Shoemaker is way over here on the left side. I mean, he's really lined out wide.
Give straight up the center to Huff, and he's met by a host of Bulldogs.
He may have even...
That's Rosman.
Well, they're saying he gained about a half a yard. I didn't think he made anything on that play.
That's going to make it 3rd down 9.
But from the position you're in, you think they might want to go ahead and send 2 wide receivers, put 1 man in the slot over here on the left side of the field because they've got a little more good field to work with over here than they do on the other side.
3rd down, 9.
Definite passing down here, and that's what they're going to do. Trey Shoemaker comes out wide to the left with Jerry Garrett in the slot.
Wendell drops back to pass, goes to the other side.
He's not going to get anything.
Pass caught out there by... Can't quite make out who that is for
That might have been Claiborne that made the catch there. He's playing tight end. The man on the stop there for Wartburg, who was not fooled at all, was Alan Dilbeck.
4th down.
He did an excellent job of moving up and hitting him as soon as he caught the pass.
Pete Sexton back to punt it for the Indians.
I believe that's Josh Susak, and I believe Joe Susak. I guess they're brothers.
Punt's going to roll and stop down at the 44-yard line. Short punt. Didn't get a whole lot on that one.
Well, Wartburg will start with good field position. And they are quick.
But how quick in the rain they are,
Yeah,
we'll find out.
That's a lot of times it'll hurt you if you got a lot of really quick-footed personnel. Sometimes it's hard to get that. And they're going to pass on 1st down.
Looking to go there right away.
He's got Susak wide open in the middle.
Oh, nice hit.
That's Derek Lawson, I believe, on that hit there. But Susak was wide open in the middle. He just found the soft spot there in the middle of the zone. There was nobody around him. Really, the way that ball was hung up, you would have thought one of the Oneida defenders could have got there a little quicker, but he just picked the perfect place to put that ball.
Two yards on the completion.
And more importantly than that, they're out of the mud.
Quick pitch over the right side. It's going to be dragged down by Lau on the carry for Wartburg, Marty Cox.
Good play by Lau there, grabbing him from behind. Also, Heath Sexton. I believe Sexton was the one that had the hold of the back of his jersey that slowed him up and allowed the other players to get there.
Loss of 1 on that play makes it 2nd down 11.
Quick draw. That's lots of room.
That's Susak on the carry all the way down to the 9-yard line of Oneida. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Susak's hurting the Indians here early. That's 2 big plays for him. And it's 1st and 10. They can get a 1st down without scoring. They're at about the 11.
Give over the left side to Tim Hamby.
Flag on the play.
And it is a penalty marker down.
Heath Sexton.
And I believe the penalty is going to be against Wartburg.
The side judge threw the flag, so that may be a motion or possibly somebody lined up offside. It is illegal motion.
They'll make first down and 15 to go for Wartburg.
Susak in motion.
Same play.
It's a quick draw again, and he's got a lot of room.
That's Cox on the carry this time, and he gets it all the way down to about the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that's twice they've run that play, and twice they've had a big hole to run through.
Lawson with the stop for the Indians. Makes it second down and about 2, 3 for the touchdown.
That's a little counter play there, and he's going to get in, looks like. Touchdown.
And Wartburg strikes first on Oneida.
That was a nifty little play there. They got everything going to the right and then came back to the left with Susak. Caused that linebacker to hesitate just a fraction of a second, and they got in for the score.
Brenton Griffith to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. 6 minutes, 3 seconds to go. It's Wartburg 7, Oneida nothing. Welcome back. As Griffith set to kick off for Wartburg, Lawson and Stevens back deep to return for the Indians.
You know, that was a good drive by Wartburg there. They just seemed like they did pretty much what they wanted to on offense. They were only stopped on really one play that amounted to anything. And Joe Susak, the main man, caught the big pass reception of about 30 yards, had another run for about another 15, and then ran the touchdown.
And the kick goes bouncing into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Oneida will take over on their own 20-yard line. Once again, if you're just joining us, it's raining down here in Wartburg, as evident by the field conditions. But we apologize for any audio or video problems we are having.
Maybe they'll get out around the 50-yard line there in a minute and splash some of those holes dry. Indians need to get something going here, because Wartburg at this point, and really even before the kickoff, seemed to have the emotional edge coming into this.
Give straight over the center. I believe that is Huff on the carry for Oneida.
Tackled there by number 74, and that's Damon Shaden.
Brought down to number 60.
Pick up of 5 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And we'll tell everybody right now, number 60 for Wartburg is Josh Lau, so we're not making a mistake when we say that. We got 2 Josh Laus in this game, one on each side.
Give to Rosman around the right end. Nice run by Donnie as he gets it out past the 35-yard line down to about the... I was going to say he got to the 36, but they're marking it right on the 35. The first down for the Indians.
For the Indians.
Well, that's what they need to do. They need to come in there and make Wartburg play in tight so they can get their outside running game going. Shoemaker's out wide to the right this time with Jerry Garrett over here to the left.
And the run up the middle only nets about
23
2 yards. Nathan Huff on the carry for Oneida.
50 on the tackle. Justin.
Picks up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And Wendell comes back in with the play. 2nd and long. They may go ahead and attempt a quick pass here. This is something they haven't done yet tonight, is get a good pass game started. He's hit immediately.
Lau, no gain at all as the interior of the Wartburg line puts him to a stop. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Number 76. 34.
Oneida looking at maybe having to go to the air here once again.
Third down. A little confusion seems like on the offense now as Shoemaker comes over here wide to the left.
They lined up on the opposite side there. Wendell with the pass, complete to Garrett.
He's got a first down and a little bit more.
Shakes out and gets down to the 47.5-yard line is Jerry Garrett. Good pass by Kevin Wendell.
It was right on the money. It was right where it had to be. Plus, Garrett made a pretty good cut, as wet as the field is, to get open. He just drove the corner back off of him and cut to the outside.
Interesting here, you can see at home we had a good camera angle on that. The referee on the sideline marked it right between the 47 and the 48 when they marked the ball on the hash. Now it's right on the 47. So the Indians pick up about 1.5 feet off that spot.
Well, they got about a half yard off that fumble.
We got an illegal motion against the Indians.
I believe Jay Cloud jumped on that ball and got it back. So, but that play never really.
Well, what happened there is really, I think the referee's got a bad call here because that ball was snapped before any of the offensive players were set. Apparently, miscommunication between Wendell and the center, and the ball was snapped before anybody even started moving and even caught Wendell off guard. So I think it not only caught Oneida off guard, but the official as well, because the ball had been snapped when everybody did start moving.
5-yard step off against the Indians.
So now they're back at their own 48.
So Wartburg decides to take the penalty and knocks it down. Pitch to Huff, and he's snuffed out immediately by Susak of Wartburg.
Lost about 3 on that.
Number 23, Nathan Huff carry. Susak on the tackle, number 8.
Well, you definitely say this is a passing situation here.
Second down and 20. I'll make that about 18. Second and 18 to go for Oneida.
See if they're going to spread them out, or they are going to spread them out instead of sending both the wide receivers to one side.
We'll go ahead and try to run this one. And to give it to Huff. He's got some room on the outside, boy. He's taken down. Good tackle on the stop out there, Nathan Burgess.
Number 3, Burgess.
Well, that makes it third and about 14. Rosman coming in now. Nathan Huff will go out. Now, they'll probably try to get Rosman into the pattern on this one. Shoemaker and Garrett go over to the right. Rosman's in the slot. Oh, nice. That went right through the defender's hands. That's number 50, Justin Lamont. Went right through his hands, and Jerry Garrett got it. That's a big break for the Indians there. I thought that one was picked off.
First down.
Wendell had defenders in his face, had to get rid of it pretty quick. They had pretty good protection there at first, then it broke down. The defenders got in his face. I just knew that was intercepted.
Well, that faked out everybody, including our cameraman, I believe. I think he said he missed it. We apologize for that, but hard to follow that ball sometimes, that little eyepiece.
Well, not only that, it's wet tonight, and I'm sure that's what contributed to that. Jay Cloud got I thought he had more of a hole than what he had. It sealed up pretty quick. Looked like he had plenty of room to the outside, but then number 34 for Wartburg, that's Jared Lamont. Grabbed him by the shoulder there and slowed him up.
Makes it second down and 8 for Oneida. And 1:10 to go in the first quarter.
This is Oneida's second possession. And their farthest penetration. They pretty much 4 and out the last time, the first possession. protection, trying to get it over to Claiborne. Pass a little bit high.
Wartburg had that well defended, Mel. They, primary receivers was Huff and, Garrett and Shoemaker, and they was well defended downfield.
Well, I'm sure you know that they did that earlier where he passed it out to Claiborne, and they had it covered well that time. Another 3rd and long for the Indians, and they've been in this situation too many times already tonight. The running game just not there for them so far tonight.
Three receivers out wide right. Wendell back to pass. Good protection. Long pass downfield. He's got a man down there. Touchdown.
Shoemaker.
Trey Shoemaker and Jerry Garrett both got in behind the Wartburg defense. It's just a matter of who wanted to catch it, and Shoemaker had the better line on the ball.
Well, he is. He was behind the defense. The defenders, I think both the defenders were watching Garrett and allowed Shoemaker to slip behind them. Because Garrett was behind them, too.
But the big key, nobody don't overlook it. I mean, nice route and everything, but the ball was 100% on the mark. Nice
yes, it was.
pass.
It was an excellent pass by Wendell, who was under pressure, and there was a guy standing right in his face when he threw the ball.
West Billingsley to attempt the extra point. And it is good. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter. We've got a tie ball game at 7. And that will be marked from the point of the foul. So that's going to move the ball all the way down here to the 13-yard line. So Wartburg starting off in the hole.
But they were very impressive on their first possession of the game. They drove it all the way downfield. And they started off with a lot better field possession. They were up near the 40 on their first possession.
Oh, Cox comes up the middle, and he's met hard by several Oneida linemen, led along the way there, I believe, by Michael Lawson. And that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. After one quarter, it is Oneida 7, Wartburg 7. We'll be back with a second quarter right after a word from our sponsors. For the second quarter, Wartburg's ball on their own 13-yard line, 2nd and 10. Give around the right side, and finally rustled out of bounds by Lau. I believe
that was Jason Stewart, the quarterback. He kept it.
Number 40.
Started around there. I thought he was going to give it to Mark Cox, and then he just pulled it back in at the last second and kept it himself and went around the outside. So far, Wartburg's running game has really been the story in this game. They had the one long pass, but they seem to be able to pretty effortlessly move it along the ground. Susak now moves around to the back.
Gives straight over to center. Nice run.
They're just overpowering the Indians up front. They're just standing them up straight and pushing them back. That's all they're doing. And
Jeff Hamby on the carry for Wartburg. Starts at Oneida.
You know, it's not hard to gain good yardage running when you're just following your offensive line down the field. When you've got offensive linemen still in front of the ball carrier 5 yards down the field, then you're going to start doing something on defense. It's going to be a long night.
Stewart keeps it around the right end, and he's just getting lower. Saw a couple of times on that play right there, a good example. He was just getting lower than the Oneida defender.
Well, they're standing up. They're not tackling good. They're just grabbing at them. They need to try to get down and hit these people and get a little intimidation going and show them that they're not going to be pushed down the field like this. So far, Wartburg is just pretty much doing what they want to on offense, and the Indians can't seem to be able to stop it.
Well, they're getting into the muddy part of the field now. It's going to be a touch of a different ball game.
Ooh. You know, a lot of women pay big money for a mud bath like that.
Hamby with the carry.
Number 85.
Still picks up about 3 yards off that. Now, looking at the, once again, you know, not to beat a horse to death, but when he hit the line, he went down immediately. Looks like he didn't get any yardage. Then you look over the sticks. He picked up 3 yards on that carry.
That's because the offensive line was 3 yards downfield before he hit any Oneida defenders. How about Wartburg? They move around back there, don't they?
Well, they moved around too much. They had two guys in motion at once.
And you can't do that.
It is against the rules of fair play.
Well, it would have been all right, but the one running back had not set yet when they snapped the ball. Now, if he had been set, they would have been all right.
So this will make it second down and about 12.
Backfield in motion. 5 yards.
Look for him to run that quick draw again right here.
Well, they've been running that out of the I formation, but they try to fake the draw. Pass is going to be tipped, and he paid for even getting anywhere near the ball, was Susak. Good stop out there by number 18 for Oneida, and that is Seth Billingsley.
Oneida defense was in pretty good position that time. The man was open, but he was in front of the defenders. And Seth had a good chance to make a play. Even if he'd made the reception, there was a good chance Seth may have made him drop it. He was in pretty good position on that.
So third down, 12 to go now for Wartburg. Big third down play for the Indians.
Mark Goodman is out way right over here. There's the pitch.
Pitch to Susak, and he's going to be stopped and taken down. Chris Claiborne, as you can see there, but he was hit initially by Jerry Garrett.
Claiborne just come up and finished him off, didn't he?
Wartburg and 74, Keith Sexton. Fourth down.
Jerry Garrett there did an excellent job of reading that and getting up there and making the initial hit, and actually the tackle. Claiborne came in and made sure he wasn't going anywhere else.
Griffith back to punt for Wartburg.
Lawson and Stevens back to receive for the Indian, and it looks like this one's going to be fielded by Lawson.
Nice punt.
Oh, and there's a block in the back, and the referees didn't catch it. Oneida got away with one there.
Nice break down the left sideline.
The punter left to get him, and that's who got him.
Of course, your punter out there plays on the line, so he's very capable of tackling somebody, and he did. And we've got an injured player down for Wartburg.
He's up now and moving around.
He's not moving around too good, but the coaching staff is out on the field, so he'll have to set out anyway. And that is number 34, Jared Lamont.
He's holding his side like he probably just had the wind knocked out of him.
Or helmet into the ribs once.
That'll do it. One of Oneida's players, though, had a clean block in the back there. Now, the referee was standing right there. I'm surprised he didn't throw a flag. He must not have been looking at it.
Good, excellent run by Stevens. Puts the ball down here at the Wartburg 33-yard line. Give it to Lau. Shakes off one tackler. Breaks it off down the left sideline. And steps out of bounds at about the 20-yard line in that area.
Nathan Burgess down there on the hit for Wartburg, but Lau made him pay for it. He put that head down and said, "You're going to tackle me, you're going to pay for it."
First down for the Indians.
Indians getting fired up here. Now they stopped Wartburg on defense, made them punt. Now they've got an excellent opportunity here to take the lead in this game.
Well, a big punt return will do that for you. A nice defensive stand, followed up by a nice punt return.
Nathan Huff.
Huff with a fine carry. He picks up about 5 or 6 yards.
And Oneida seems to be getting their running game on track.
Number 23, Gary.
It'll be second down and about 8.
We know the Indians have been a little bit notorious through the years of kind of starting a little bit slow at the first of the game and then picking up the pace around the end of the second quarter or midway through the second quarter, and that seems to be what they've done tonight. Nothing doing on this play.
Lau with nowhere to go.
Actually lost, looks like about a foot.
It'll be third down and 3.
Number 60, Josh Lau.
And I'm not sure, but this may be the first third down Oneida's had tonight where they've had this short of yardage to go for the first down. Most of their third downs have been 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 or longer. It'll be interesting to see what they do here.
2 receivers out wide left.
Went over the pitch.
And nicely read by the Wartburg defense. Maybe a yard gain on that play. It's going to bring it 4th down. And we could see Wes Billingsley in for the field goal, or I do not see Billingsley coming in. It looks like the Indians are going to go for it.
Well, they're at about the, 11-yard line?
Well, they're going to call a timeout and think about it. With 7 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the half, it's Oneida 7, Wartburg 7. Welcome back, as we still haven't got any indication. I believe the Indians are going to go for it here on 4th down and 2. The ball is spotted right on the 10-yard line. Interesting call here. I guess the weather having a bit of a factor.
Well, they might just go with a long snap count here, and no, they're not.
Give to Lau. He's got the first down all the way down to the 5-yard line. So now you can say that was a good call.
That was a good call. Well, the ball was on the 10. If Billingsley would have come in, that would have been a 27-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, under these weather conditions, that would be pretty tough. So now the Indians have it 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. 2 receivers out wide right. That is Garrett and Shoemaker. The give is to Huff. Dives in. And no touchdown, down to the 1.
It was a good little twist and dive there, though, wasn't it? Thought he was going to make it in. There was an awesome hole over here on the right side, but the play was going to the left.
Second and goal from the 1.
Spread the defense out on this one. Garrett and Shoemaker are wide left and right.
Split formation this time in the backfield. Give straight over the center.
Touch. Well, no, I thought that was just going to signal it, but
nope. It's going to be 3rd down goal.
I saw some arms go up, and Kevin Wendell was standing behind the referee. I thought the referee was signaling a touchdown.
I never did quite make out who it was that carried the ball for the Indians. I believe it might have been Rosman.
Lau and Rosman are in the backfield.
So it is 3rd down and about no more than 5 inches from the goal line. Lau.
I don't think he made it.
No, he didn't make it. He lost maybe a yard. Complete domination by the defensive line.
Well, they're running that double tight end formation, and so the defense just stood everybody up on the line of scrimmage and just jammed in toward the middle. What Oneida might look at doing here is some type of a quick fake toward the middle and then try to skip somebody on the outside. Now, they've got Shoemaker and Garrett lined up wide to the left and right. Split backfield. And I believe they stopped him. He didn't make it.
He didn't make it. It is 1st down, Wartburg. Big-time defensive stand. Indians have it 1st and goal from the 5. Get down to the 1-yard line, and 3 plays from the 1. Can't get it in.
Boy, that can be an emotional backbreaker for you, too. Something like that can really turn around a ball game, and the Indians seemed like they kind of had things going their way. And then Wartburg comes up with a big goal line stand. Of course, the one, if there's any good thing to that, they got to start at the 1-yard line. But
Fumble. Trying to back it out of there in a hurry. 2nd down, Wartburg. Of course, now it's obvious Wartburg's thinking about they're in their own end zone, too.
Well, yeah, true, you know. I'm sure they won't try to back up and throw any passes out of there.
Maybe even a little quarterback sneak over the center, just get a little bit of breathing room. Handoff straight over the middle. And picks up maybe about 2 yards.
Looks like he's out to about the 3 or 4 yard line there, so.
Hamby, your ball carrier.
Just a touch over 4 minutes left.
Coffee with the stop for the Indians.
And it stopped raining again. I wish it'd make up its mind. Marty Cox goes in motion. Big hole around the left side, and Jason Stewart keeps it, and he's out to about the 15-yard line.
First down for Wartburg.
Number 47. Jerry Garrett, first down.
Well, Wartburg now gets a little bit of breathing room where they can maybe go into their more exciting plays, I guess you would put it.
Either that, or they'll just try to, keep the ball on the ground, run as much time as they can off the clock. There's 3:37 left.
Pitch.
Bad pitch. It's picked up by Garrett. He's going to score. Touchdown, Oneida.
Jerry Garrett found a present.
He sure did. Stewart was trying to get the pitch out. I believe he was trying to pitch to Susak. I really didn't catch the number of the man he was trying to pitch to.
It was.
The ball slipped out of his hand and just bounced right up into Garrett's. He went in for the score. Merry Christmas in October.
Well, that was obviously, as we alluded to earlier, the weather could be a factor in this game, and that was definitely what happened right there.
Wendell to hold, high snap. Well, now the referees are stopping it. We got a dead ball foul of some sort.
Well, that'll be against the Indians. Well, I forget. High school, it can be a dead ball foul if defense is offside. But usually on the snap, it'll be against the offense. That'll back it up 5 yards. Make this a 25-yard effort by Billingsley.
Turns it into a field goal.
Was a high snap, and I don't know if you could see it at home or not, but the kick was good.
The extra point earlier, there was a high snap on that, and Wendell is... This one's low, and it's no good.
No good. Missed it right. So the penalty comes back to haunt the Indians. 3:31 left to go in the half. It's Oneida 13, Wartburg 7. And welcome back as West Billingsley set to kick it away. Susak and Cox back deep for Wartburg. Nice high kick. It's going to be fielded by Cox. Thought about trying to reverse again. And Cox is going to be stopped by several Indians. Little on the way by Jake Lau.
23 and 47.
Garrett and Seth Billingsley also in there for Oneida.
Chris Cryburn looks like he got on a pair of brown pants, but everybody else is white, doesn't he?
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
There's the quick.
He's got some room down the sideline. It's going to be knocked out of bounds down there for Oneida by Jeremiah Hewitt. And he saves the touchdown for Wartburg.
I'll tell you what, Donnie Rosman may have been hurt on that play. He went to make the cut to try to make the tackle. And he did something similar to what Troy Aikman did a couple of weeks ago with Dallas. He just, like, all of a sudden stretched out and just fell down where he was. He got up real slow.
He's still in there over here at the right cornerback position, and he was trying to stretch his leg out a little bit, so they might try to pick on him. Cox around the right side, and he's going to be chased down. We've got a flag. That may be a face mask.
Cox carries. Flag on the play.
I'd say that's probably what it is.
Sexton and others on the tackle.
No.
Tripping the call against...
No, we didn't see that.
I didn't either. I don't know who. He only had one man out there blocking for him, and I didn't think he had got down low enough on anybody to get a call like that.
Well, Heath Sexton with the stop.
Well, Wartburg gets a big play forward and then is pushed back again by penalties. Penalties have hurt them tonight.
Oh, this is a big one, too. Of course, that being spotted from the clip, and he was already 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so now this one is 25. First and 25 for Wartburg.
Closer to first and 30. Fumble. Chris Claiborne signals the Indians have got it. Now, how he can see that, I don't know. Wartburg does retain possession. It'll be second.
He's out there politicking.
Second, and they lost some more yardage, so it's second and about 31.
They have to get
Would
to
it be a passing situation?
A little bit. They have to get down to the 23-yard line.
And they're on the 45. Their own
45. Back to pass. Short
batted down by Chris Claiborne.
Batted down by number 85, Chris Claiborne.
The Indian defense seems like they're getting a little fire behind them now. Maybe they're tired of playing, as we should say. Tired of playing with you, boy.
2 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Indians leading it 13-7. Wartburg has it third down and about 28 yards to go for the first. Long pass downfield is going to be picked off, maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Minute and 54 seconds left. And I'm sure we'll see Wendell go to the air quick here.
Lawson with the interception for the Indians.
Derek Lawson, number 11.
Or you could, if you're Coach May, maybe you're thinking about just running a few plays and running the time off the clock here.
Well, we've seen them in this situation several times over the past couple of seasons. Get the ball with less than 2 minutes to go and drive down and score in a hurry. I don't think anybody does it in high school better than Oneida.
Garrett in motion. Jake Lau got some running room off to the left side. He got about 4, no, maybe 3.
Number 44 carries Jake Lau. Joe Susak and Mitch Arms on the tackle.
Clock is running, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now the Indians call a timeout.
And we'll take one along with them. 1 minute and 20 to go here in the half. It is Oneida 13, Wartburg 7. Oneida leading it by 6.
Wartburg has some interesting water jugs on the sidelines. They use garden sprayers for water jugs.
3 receivers out wide to the right. Wendell looking to pass. He's got Garrett wide open over here, but he sees Trey Shoemaker. Throws it to him.
He's going the wrong way.
His knee goes down. He lost about 5 yards on that, trying to shake it loose and get down the field. Of course, he was, every time he got hit, he didn't get tackled. He's got moved back a little bit in that mud.
You know, Wendell had plenty of time that time. He had good, excellent time back there to look around and find him a receiver.
And now the clock is wound. 1 minute to go in the half.
Wartburg back in what really amounts to a pre-bit defense, only a 3-man rush. Wendell chased out of the pocket.
Wendell's going to run. Ooh, he gets hammered.
Did he get out of bounds? Clock's still running with 40-39.
Wendell carries Brian McPeters, number 80.
I'd like to remind everybody at halftime, since it is raining, we will not be covering the band tonight. And due to the sloppy field conditions, I doubt they'd be out there anyway.
Wendell just throws the ball into the ground to stop the clock with 22 seconds.
And we've got a flag on the play. This might be illegal motion. Maybe the Indians wasn't set when the ball was snapped. Or maybe the referee forgot they changed that rule this year.
He may have.
Well, the referees are discussing it. That may be the case.
Well, he's talking to...
No, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
He was talking to Justin Lamont there on Wartburg to see what they wanted to do, and it's illegal procedure.
5-yard step off against Oneida.
So illegal procedure, that would be dead ball foul.
Which is really negligible because...
And that starts the clock.
They've got a score here. They can't Another 5 yards doesn't make much difference here. They've got to reach the end zone.
Well, what I was looking at was that was a penalty before the incomplete pass, so that stopped the clock. Clock is now down to 8 seconds, and the ball is snapped. Loud's the middle, and the Indians just going to be content to run this thing out. And that is the end of the first half.
Well, they've stopped the clock with 2 seconds.
Okay. We'll just go ahead and stay with this one right here. Give us a chance to thank our sponsors. We haven't had a chance to do that tonight. And our sponsors are Cherry Motor Company, Plateau Electric Cooperative, Tobes Motel and Restaurant, First National Bank, Lumber King, Citizens Gas Utility District, Fred H. Duncan & Son Insurance, F.H. Shoemaker Distributors, Cumberland Wood Products, First Trust and Savings Bank, and Big John's Foodette. So anytime that you're in one of these businesses, be sure and tell them that you appreciate them sponsoring high school football here on Channel 5. I'm sure they'd like to hear that. I know if I was sponsoring it, I would. But
not much chance of us ever owning the business.
No, not much chance of that.
Give somebody the business, maybe.
The Indians, 2 seconds left to go.
Could be a pass. What do you think?
Yeah, 3 receivers out wide to the right side of the field.
3-man rush by Wartburg.
Wendell heaves it up
Looking for
downfield.
Rosman.
Oh, just shorter, Donnie Rosman.
Pass is incomplete.
Jerry Garrett was wide open behind the defense over here on the left side. He had at least 10 yards on his man.
That brings the half to a close. It is Oneida 13, Wartburg 7. We'll be back with the second half action right after this. Cox and Susak deep for Wartburg. Nice kick there by Billingsley. Fielded at the 20 by Susak.
Tackle there by Nathan Huff, and looks like
Number 23.
David Stevens.
First down for the Dogs.
Passes the ball up to just shy of the 34-yard line. Once again, kind of an inclement weather conditions down here for us, and wind, rain blowing around makes it a little bit difficult for us. Quick pitch, or option pitch, out to the right side.
Cox carry. Claiborne.
Keith Sexton leading the way for the Indians. Cox with the carry for Wartburg. Picks up about 4 yards. Will make it second down and 6.
In case you're joining us late, Wartburg scored first on an impressive 60-yard drive to take the lead 7-0. Then Oneida had an impressive drive, mostly through the air, to tie it up 7-7, and then scored on a fumble recovery. It actually a bad pitch. It was picked up by Jerry Garrett and run in about 15 yards for the score. And the extra point on that was no good, and that's where we stand right now, 13-7.
7 on the tackle, Michael Lawson.
Michael Lawson with the stop for Oneida. Third down, 5 to go for Wartburg. The rain has temporarily stopped right now, but we still have a very muddy field, as you can see. Heath Sexton with the stop on Susak makes it 4th down and 3, and Wartburg will be forced to punt.
And the bats are out.
Just got a bug, too.
The wind has started to pick up a little bit. It's a little bit breezy, which tends to make you think it's probably not going to rain anymore. Stevens and Lawson back to receive the punt. Nice high punt.
Griffith with the punt. And he's going to be taken down from behind by
Justin Lamance. Looked like he had eluded Lamance, but he had to slow up there just a second to try to make a cut, and Lamance caught him from behind. So the Indians will start
at the 31.
At their own 31. Not bad field position.
Well, good, most importantly, a good defensive stand that time by Oneida. Forces Wartburg to go 3 and out. And now we'll see if the Indians have made any adjustments on offense. Usually going from an I formation, they are going this time from a split formation in the backfield.
Wendell's going to keep it.
And sliding his way down to the 33-yard line.
Didn't look like he got anything, but he did gain about 1.5 yards. So it'll be second and long. Allowing Huff stay in along with Garrett and Shoemaker. As they come to the line, Chris Claiborne comes to the left where he'll line up at tight end.
Second down, about 9. And Wendell gives to Huff.
Misdirection. He's got some room.
Ooh, chased down from behind by Susak. Nice defensive play by Susak. And Huff gets it out to the 39-yard line. It'll be third down and 3.
Well, they're lining up in that, what I call a far formation, where that the running backs, you've got one running back, the halfback is directly behind, or the fullback rather is directly behind the quarterback, and the halfback is to the weak side of the field. And they're going to line up that way again in a far formation. Tight end on the left. Huff around the outside, hit in the backfield by Lamance, and he probably lost about almost 3 yards on that play. Lamance just came through, looked like untouched, hit Huff before he had a chance to turn the corner.
So that will bring in Heath Sexton to punt for Oneida. Back deep will be Cox for Wartburg, as both teams rising to the occasion now tonight on defense here in the second half.
Hard rush by Wartburg. Nice punt.
Nice big spiral. Looks like a pass. It comes all the way down. It's going to be rolled dead at the 16-yard line. About a 40-yard punt for Heath Sexton. It's been dry. That punt would have rolled, I believe, about another 10 yards.
That's a real good punt considering the weather conditions tonight, because you know that ball has got to be getting heavy. They're taking them out and changing them out pretty regular, but they still soak up a lot of water and tend to get a little heavier as the night goes on. It's hard to get off a good kick like that. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. There's that quick draw again.
And once again, it works well. Ooh, touchdown saving tackle made once again. One man to beat, and this time it is Lawson. And that is twice now that he has stopped a runner from scoring a touchdown.
Well, actually, that's about 3 big. He made the stop on the big pass reception, or the man would have went all the way, and he's made 2 stops on that quick draw. That has really stopped him from running it all the way for a touchdown. So right now, Derek Lawson probably the defensive player of the game as far as saving the Indians points.
Hand off to Susak. Scorched his way up close to another first down. He's going to be about 1 yard or 2 short up to the 47-yard line.
Really good play. All they're doing on that quick draw is allowing the defense to penetrate a little bit and just pushing them out of the way and allowing them to have a pretty good hold up the middle. And they're catching on that as linebackers on the outside of the play, which is leaving it up to the backfield to make the tackles. And when you're playing this type of defense where you've only got 3 guys back there, it's awful easy to get big yardage.
Hamby with the carry over the right side.
And that will be a first down.
Sexton with the stop. Helped out along the way there.
First down.
It's a first down.
They really gave him kind of a bad mark. I believe he made it a little bit farther than that. They moved the ball back. Now, that was pretty good there. They had the ball sitting at about the 48, and then when they set the ball down after the first down, it was at the 49.
We're going to do that a couple of times tonight.
This may be a quick pitch. Misdirection, inside handoff to Susak. Still on his feet. Knocked out by Jake Lau.
Nice bit of running by Susak. Works it down to the Oneida 28-yard line.
Oneida's doing a lot of hitting, but they're not doing any wrapping up. Plus, I'm sure those players are a little bit slick down there being wet like that. It's a little bit harder to make those grabbing tackles. But they need to get those arms around them and wrap them up instead of just trying to knock them down.
The pitch to Cox. Hewitt trips him up. Nice play by Hewitt. Gets back, still picks up about 3 yards down to the 25-yard line.
That was a good play by Hewitt, not allowing the man to fake him off his feet, just staying with it, staying square on the running back, and then turning to make the trip.
The carry, close to first down yardage. I believe he'll have it. And is a first down. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Pretty good drive by the Bulldogs, similar to the drive they had in the first period, just grinding out on the ground. Yet to throw a pass in this drive. Looking for the pitch. Now he's going to keep it himself.
Stewart keeps it for about a 5-yard gain down close to the 8-yard line. No, make that the 10. It'll be second down and about 3.
Goodman goes back in now for Wartburg at wide receiver as Burgess comes out.
Hamby gets buried in the backfield by Lau, but led along initially for the Indians.
I believe that's Michael Lawson.
Michael Lawson.
Lau.
Third down and 2.
And Lawson on the tackle.
That's to get to the 7-yard line for a first. Ball spotted just shy of the 9.
Cox in motion.
Hamby with the carry. He's going to be close to it. To wait for the official spot.
Lau and Coffey on the tackle. Officials.
They're going to have to measure this one. Well, the Indians are going to need a big stand here. If this is a first down, they're going to need a big stand here to try to keep them out of the end zone, because if they score here, they could go ahead with an extra point. It's short.
Fourth down. Complete.
So Wartburg will go for it.
You probably expect Susak to get the ball right up the middle. No, he's going out wide, so he'll probably come in motion on this.
Give it to Hamby. That'd be my call. By looking at the
Here
formation.
comes Susak in motion.
Hamby straight over the tackle. He's got the first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line for Wartburg.
Good surge with a Wartburg offensive line. Just pushed Oneida back off the ball. Allowed Hamby probably a lot more room than what he thought he was going to have. He might have got more yardage off that than he did.
74, Heath Sexton on the tackle. First down. First and goal.
They're just outside the 5-yard line.
And to give to Cox. Close to the goal line.
Marty Cox.
Second down.
Misdirection, a little bit of confusion there. They kind of bumped into each other in the backfield, but still got pretty good yardage off of it. They're down around the 1-yard line.
Second down and goal.
Well, guess what they're going to run here?
And penalty
False
flag.
start. That'll be false start on the offense.
Oh, costly penalty now for Wartburg. Had it second and goal from the 1. And that'll move him back all the way to the 6-yard line.
He went with the play before his men were set on the line of scrimmage. No, they're calling offsides against Oneida.
So the Indians line up offsides. That'll just cost them about a foot. But even given that, moves anything close to the goal line you don't want.
Well, you know, it looked like Wartburg snapped the ball really before their offense was set.
Into the neutral zone.
So 2nd and goal, about a football length from the goal line. Give to Hamby, and he's in there. Number 74, and that is Griffith. Griffith is their kicker, number 76, and he is getting set for the extra point. Hasn't hit those extra points in convincing manner tonight, so this could be interesting. Score tied right now at 13.
Well, I'm sure the Indians will be coming hard on this.
It's up, and it is no good. He missed it. We've got a tie ball game. I believe it was even partially blocked. But 1:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Oneida 13, Wartburg 13. And many times will cause the kicking game to be a big factor, and is so far. Both teams missing extra points, and we've got a tie ball game, 13-13. Griffith to kick off for Wartburg. Good kick. Fielded at the 12-yard line.
It's Lawson with the ball.
And Lawson works it out to the 35-yard line.
Number 11, Derek. Derek Lawson. Bench arms.
Arms with the stop for Wartburg.
And referee spots the ball at the 37, so pretty good return by the Indians.
Next week, the Oneida Indians will be on the road in Alcoa for a big-time matchup between the Tornadoes and the Indians. Alcoa leading the region. They're undefeated in this region so far. Strip the ball out. They're going to call him down. And that's got the Wartburg team and fans up on their feet.
Well, I think they probably are justified in doing so. I think the referee was a little quick on the whistle. The man wasn't down yet. Of course, I'm sure they're saying that his forward progress was stopped.
That was Griffith with the strip. I got them fired up over here.
Well, they got their cowbells going.
Milk jugs, rocks in them.
Wendell back to pass. Nice catch.
Nice pass. That may look like that was a little bit low, but that's where that pass had to be.
And it's going to be just a little bit shy, maybe a foot shy of the first down. They're going to have to call for a measurement. But I believe he is short.
It will be 3rd down.
Pretty good spot by the referee because that's pretty much where he went down. I believe he is going to be just a little bit short, though. Oh, no, first down.
Nose of the ball.
Well, the way they had that sitting on the sidelines, we're almost directly across from this. Even now, see where they've got the first down marker? It looks like it's ahead of where the ball is.
Tom Ross, our cameraman, right on top of that action for it. Be 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the 47-yard line.
This will be probably the last play of the 3rd quarter as we're down to 20 seconds.
2 receivers out wide to the right. Give up the middle, nothing doing. Huff on the carry. And that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. One more quarter left to go down here in Wartburg. It is the Indians 13, the Bulldogs 13. We'll be back right after this. Back as one more quarter left to go. In a tie ball game, this, of course, a very pivotal game. for both Wartburg and Oneida, both teams 2-2 in the region. And a loss tonight, giving you 3 losses. Only 4 teams are making it out of the 8 in Region 2AA. Would almost surely spell that you would not be around for postseason.
3 losses in this region is, of course, this year a little bit more parity this year than before. Always before, Sweetwater and teams like Harriman and some of those were always undefeated usually at this point in the season, along with Oneida even. This year, a lot more losses, and it seems like a lot more parity in this region.
Alcoa is the only one that hasn't lost the game, and everybody else, as Coach May said on the coaches show, which you could see right before each Oneida game, said that everybody seems to be knocking each other off. Wendell with the give to Lau over the right side. Boy, he's hammered.
That was a nice tag by Jason Lamance. Lamance has been on a lot of tackles tonight. He's all over the field. He's one of those guys that no matter where the ball goes, he always seems to be around it. When the referee blows the whistle, Lamance is always right there in the pile or around the ball.
Big third down play for Oneida, 3rd down 5.
Of course, he's the middle linebacker, and that's kind of what you would expect him to be. Wendell back to pass. He got the backside pressure. Good block out there. Excellent defensive play by Mark Goodman. Timed that contact out perfectly in order to keep Shoemaker from making that reception. And I didn't catch who made the block on number 77 there at Wartburg. That was Chris Chandler, who was coming around the backside there. One of the running backs, it may have been Jake Louse, took him out because he had a bead on Kevin Wendell, and I'm sure Wendell never saw him coming.
Sexton sets a punt for the Indians. He stands at his own 40-yard line. Cox to receive for Wartburg.
Block.
They've been getting close all night long, and they finally got one.
You know, you're right, Kevin. They've been getting excellent defensive penetration all night long, and that was Tim Hamby there with the block for Wartburg, and then he fell on it. So Wartburg now with probably with 11 minutes and 10 seconds, that could be the backbreaker right there. With the field conditions and things the way they are, they could almost take that entire 11 minutes to move just 35 yards.
Two receivers out wide right, one far left. Back to pass.
Loops it up.
Oh, he's lucky that wasn't picked off as both Hewitt and Lau out here defending. Pass intended for Susak.
He had no choice now. Heath Sexton, I'm not sure who it was that had their hands up, but Heath Sexton and Dustin Posey were right there in his face as he threw that ball, and he had no choice. He had to kind of get it up over their arms. Looped it up. If it had been thrown just a touch short, Jake Lau could have grabbed that thing and went all the way back. There's a quick draw.
Cox still on his feet. Picks up about 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Instead of going up the middle that time, he skipped to the outside and got some probably pass-saving yardage. They don't have to necessarily pass on this down, and they've got 3rd and short instead of 3rd and long.
3rd down 3.
Oh, man. I don't think he got it.
And it's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down 1.
Now, will they punt? Will they go for it?
Well, they're going to make that decision. They call a timeout with 9 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in the ball game. It's Oneida 13, Wartburg 13. It's 4th down 1 for Wartburg. Ball spotted at about the 29-yard line.
You know, you're at this is a position in the field where you're really not hurting yourself any by going for it on 4th down, especially with the score tied. Because even if you were to punt it, it's going to be real hard to get it out. He's got the first and a whole bunch more.
Garrett with the stop. as Stewart carries it all the way down to the Indian 13-yard line.
Well, like I was saying, that's not a bad one. There's a flag down, though.
And it's in the backfield.
Holding against them. Ooh. That'll be marked from the position of the hold, which I'm sure was up near the line of scrimmage. Well, now, this changes things considerably. Will they go ahead and punt now with 4th and 10?
I don't think so, because you're still on the 36-yard line.
Like I started to say, this is that position in the field where they're going to punt. Where that you're not really hurting yourself by going ahead and going for it, especially with the weather conditions the way they are tonight.
Stewart, the quarterback coming off the field, takes his helmet off in disgust. I think he was wanting to go for it.
Well, I'm sure he was. Your quarterback's always going to want to go for it in about every situation. If he had his choice, he'd go for it on every 4th and 10. Good time for a fake, though, too, you know. But I'm sure the way they came out on the field that's not going to be the case. Pretty good punt.
He'll let it
go, and that may have been a bad decision.
Well, he got a host of Wartburg players. That ball was originally touched up here at the 8. Man, now they're signaling touchback. I'll go figure that one out.
Well, he let it roll into the end zone, but I think the referee didn't see it being touched up here. Now the other referee is...
Now they're on top of it.
Okay.
Right on the 10-yard line. That's why you got more than one out there.
And which is bad for the Indians because they could have had it on the 20 if they'd have went ahead and ruled that a touchback.
9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the ball game. Oneida 13, Wartburg 13.
And they need to do something on this drive with only that much time left. This could be the last time they see the ball.
Give us to Huff. Huff turns it back inside, gets down to the 16-yard line.
Number 23, Huff carries. Number 50.
Taken down by Jared Lamont. Second down 4. They give it to Lau over the center, picks up maybe 1. Third down 3.
Oneida's had trouble running the ball up the middle tonight on Wartburg. Wartburg
On the tackle.
has played extremely well in the middle of the field. Seems like most of Oneida's success running the ball has been toward the outside. Third and about 3. You more than likely consider this to be a passing situation for the Indians. As Garrett is split out wide to the right, Shoemaker wide left.
Give over the right side to Huff. He's tripped up close to first down yardage.
And see where they mark it. He may be just a little bit short.
Number 8.
That's a pretty good mark. It may be a first down.
They're going to call for the measurement. Susak with the stop for Wartburg. First down. Once again, the Indians on the road again next week. They will be playing at Alcoa. That game is at 7:30.
Clock is down all the way to 7:20. So the Indians already used up 2 minutes since they've got the ball here.
Give to Huff. Trying to cut it around to the outside. Nothing doing on
Excellent
the stop.
Tackle there by Nathan Burgess.
Huff carries. Burgess on the tackle. Number 3.
He only gained a couple on that. Second and long. Second about 8. They're not taking a lot of time in the huddle on this one. Garrett's in the slot this time. Lau and Huff in the backfield. Play action caution to allow. Looking across for Claiborne, who lets it go through his hands. He was covered pretty well out there by Marty Cox and Chris Chandler, so he may or may not have gotten some yardage off of that. Of course, you got to catch it first.
Third down and about 9.
He had some pretty good room out there. If he made a catch, he might have got something off of that. Flag in the backfield.
It's going to be holding. It's going to be incomplete. And that will more likely be holding against Oneida. It is. They'll decline that, and they'll bring up 4th down.
And I'm sure they've declined it. They did. They declined it, so that'll bring up 4th. Well, will the Indians go ahead and punt here? That would be the smart thing to do, and that's what they're going to do with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Hope to get a good punt here.
You can guarantee the coaching staff has made a point of what happened on the last punt, too.
Even with a good kick, Wartburg is looking at having the ball pretty close to midfield, if not actually into Oneida territory on this punt. Pete Sexton standing at his own 10-yard line.
Good snap. They're setting up a return on this one.
Caught at the 50, drop.
They got it back, I believe. They did. In there for Oneida was Stevens. He almost came out of there with it.
Josh Susak, number 15, field punt.
Susak did a good job of curving the ball up, though, after it went through his arms. He just fell on it and turned his back toward the defender and kept him from getting in under him to get the ball. Oneida needs to make a good stand on defense here. The clock is running. 6 minutes left in this game. Wartburg makes a couple of first downs, Kevin. This thing could look at big overtime.
The handoff to Cox, nothing doing, maybe a yard.
Now, really, that's the first time tonight that Oneida has been able to snuff out that quick draw.
Number 74 and other, Pete Sexton, called the tackle.
Dustin Posey in there on the stop for the Indians. The Indians, over the past several years, haven't had the greatest success in the world in overtimes. Wartburg's wanting a timeout. Something there they didn't like about that play. It'll be 2nd down 9. When we return, 5:21 to go in the game, it's 13-13. 5:21 to go, 13-13. Wartburg, 2nd and 9 at the Oneida 48-yard line. Stewart back pass, looking way downfield. He's got him open. And
another touchdown-saving tackle by Derek Lawson, who allowed, however, Nathan Burgess to get behind him. The ball was hung out there pretty good by Stewart.
Oh, you couldn't ask for that pass, Mel, to be any more on the mark than that one was.
It was placed out right. Of course, he had to slow down a little, but he was already out in front of Derek Lawson. That's 4 touchdown-saving tackles Lawson has made tonight.
1st and goal at the 9.
There's a quick draw, but flags down. And it comes from the side judge, so you figure that's either offsides or perhaps illegal procedure.
So that'll back it up to the 14-yard line.
Kevin, you and I were talking during the half, and you were saying that the last overtime game you could remember was against Livingston, and that was when, 92?
Yeah, it was during the championship year. They lost that game 22-15. They lost to Cofield the year before that and Greenback in overtime. And the last I remember...
The Greenback loss was in the playoffs, too.
Yeah. I believe Coach May said he was 1-9 at Oneida in overtime, so... This could be defended well.
Good job. That'll be pass interference on Jerry Garrett because he was not looking back. He jumped up, blocked the receiver's vision, and you can't do that.
No, you've got to play the ball. All he had to do there was just turn his head around, look toward the ball, and it would have been perfectly legal, but he was shielding the receiver, and that is illegal, and that will be pass interference against the Indians. And should move it half the distance to the goal line and may even be an automatic first down. I believe it is.
I believe it is an automatic first down. Of course, instead of the normal 10, they'll get off that. It'll only be half the distance.
Pass interference. Defense is the call.
So first and goal at the 7. The Indians really need to put all this out of their head right now and really buckle down and play some tight defense.
Well, the clock is stopped with 4:39, so even if they score here in the next few plays, there it is. And Oneida got the turnover, and I believe it's Jake Lau. 2 bad pitches tonight by Stewart that has both resulted in Oneida turnovers. One of them cost him a touchdown. And this one recovered by Jake Lau at the 9-yard line to stop an impressive Wartburg drive.
Well, Mel, if you go comparing teams, which you can't always do, Wartburg played Webb real tough last week. Oneida, on the other hand, did not play well at all, had 5 turnovers against Webb. Tonight, the turnovers have jumped up and hurt Wartburg and helped Oneida.
Well, I'm sure the weather has a great deal to do with that. I think both of those bad pitches were a result of a wet football. But, you know, like I say, that's the name of the game usually. If you can't hold on to the ball, you're not going to win the ball game.
Of course, this game's not over. It's still tied at 13-13. But the Indians was definitely looking down the barrel of defeat there. First and goal at the 7. Big break on the fumble.
And now the weight's on the offense. With 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, they're going to have to do something with this ball, and they're 90 yards from the end zone. Delayed handoff to Huff, who may have dropped the ball, and it's been picked up by Wartburg.
They stripped it out. They've been trying to do that all night long. And now it bounces the way of the Bulldogs. They've got another chance.
Seems like every time we get overtime, though. it in. Clock still stops, 2:08.
And quarterback Stewart just now coming back onto the field.
But as soon as they get the ball markers placed over there, now the clock is running, 2:07.
Give to Hamby. He's stacked up. He didn't get it.
Let's see where they mark the ball, though. I believe he lost a little.
Yeah, he lost about a foot on that.
Well, 4th down.
And the clock running. Interesting to see if they try to go for the touchdown or kick a field goal. They're going to call a timeout and think about it. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. We are still deadlocked at 13.
You know, Kevin, if you're the Indians and they'd managed to hold them here and don't get in, what do you do on offense? Do you try to move the ball downfield, or you just try to get a little breathing room and let the clock run down and hope for overtime?
The give to...
Did he get it? I don't think he got it.
No signal yet.
They're going to have to unpile to see where he's at.
Cox was your ball carrier. He jumped over.
Well, he started his jump too late. I don't think he made it. Or too early, rather. He jumped before he was up to where the line of scrimmage
Somebody's going to be jumping to their feet here in a minute. Well, he didn't get the touchdown,
but
but
he may have
maybe
got the first.
He may have got the first down. We was more concerned about the touchdown. We wasn't thinking about the first down.
If he hadn't started his jumps so early, if he'd have waited until he got a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, he might have squeezed through there and made the touchdown.
First and goal, Wartburg.
And that's got to be tough on the Oneida defense to try to hold them out. And in 34, they're going to have to do it quick because I believe they may be even out of timeouts. So they've taken, what, 2 in the last little while.
They just got to go about 6 inches.
He didn't make it on that play.
He curled it back around to the left. Indian defense is doing an outstanding job right here, Mel, keeping him out of the end zone.
I'll tell you what they're going to have to watch for, though. They're going to have to watch for that fake up the middle and then pitching quick to the outside because they've run every play straight up the middle. And if the Wartburg coach is thinking about that, he's going to fake up the middle and try to pitch something quick outside.
Well, for some reason, the Indians have called a timeout here. 1:01 to go in the ball game. It's 13-13. Second left, second and goal. Ball is marked just about 3 inches.
Well, how much can you ask of your defense to stop a team 6 times inside the 2-yard line? That one's a touchdown. That was just an old-fashioned goal line surge. Everybody get low and push.
Well, Wartburg goes in. That makes it 19-13. 59 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Well, you know their strategy after this is going to be to try to kick the ball high and deep.
Griffith, the extra point, up and good. We'll be back for the final minute right after this. Welcome back. Well, Mel, we've seen the Indians have to drive it down late in a game in this type of situation before. It's just a matter of having to do it again.
Well, you know, we certainly know they're capable of doing it. We've seen them do it. We saw them do it against Sweetwater, to be able to move the ball. Seems like it will when they got through the air. Of course, you figure Wartburg is going to go back in that prevent defense as soon as this ball is placed.
Lawson with the carry up to the 25-yard line. Lamance with the stop. 52 seconds to go in the game. Wartburg leading it 20-13.
I'm not really sure how many timeouts Oneida has left. Clock's running, 50 seconds. Wendell back to pass. Looking for Jerry Garrett. He's got the ball.
He gets his forward progress out to the 33-yard line.
Oneida calls a timeout.
We'll go ahead and stay with it here on this timeout. I think Oneida has one more.